It's time for part 2 of the Holy Trilogy. Hey, what's up, y'all? You got your boy, the VideoGameVotary, here with a brand new episode. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the channel and supporting the Holy Trilogy, the first part. So now we're about to embark on the second part of the Holy Trilogy. So I've been getting this itch recently. I've always had an interest in it, but now I've always been kind of collecting games and since going over to just only collecting Nintendo now, I've been getting this itch to collect Nintendo Powers. If you're not familiar with Nintendo Power, it's a magazine that was produced and issued by Nintendo, all about Nintendo, obviously. There were 289 of the magazines, I believe, and it was discontinued. I believe I want to track all of them down. So there are a couple that are very elusive, but there's 3 that I want to get my hands on pretty much first before I even dive into this thing. Obviously, it's going to be the elusive issue number 1. Well, it's not really elusive. It's kind of expensive no matter the condition. There are plenty out there, but to get one in, I guess, relatively good condition, and auctions are also going to raise on that. There's also issue 100. Then there is the final issue. So again, first issue, last issue, and issue 100. So I want to start this series off. I want to start with the final issue. Issue 289. If you're not familiar with that issue, they actually replicated and modernized cover art from the first issue. So it's very important. I'm going to go to my local game stores to see if they have these Nintendo Power magazines. Alright guys, we're back in the game room. The final issue of Nintendo Power is not necessarily expensive, but it can get pricey depending on the condition, but it's nowhere super expensive. It ranges somewhere between like 70 and above, and it could go lower just depending on the price or the condition of the actual magazine issue. If you guys remember, around Black Friday, I picked up a ton of wired Nintendo Switch controllers. So I decided to trim that down to only have a few because it was just a whole lot. So they were all obviously new in box, so I decided to take some of the ones that I didn't want to keep, take them and go trade them in and trade up, because I did see the last issue at one of my favorite stores, Retro Replay, located in Bel Air, Maryland. Needless to say, I took about 7 of them, and I pretty much broke even. This is the final issue of Nintendo Power magazine. You can't see the price on it, but basically I made out even. I was able to trade in those controllers to pick up this issue, and it's in relatively good shape. I do also plan to send these out to get graded. I know my games weren't necessarily in the best condition, but this issue right here, this is, as you can see right there on the spine, it says final issue, and that was in December 2012, issue 285. I was wrong, it was 285 issues, but this is very, very clean, very clean. So I believe this will score relatively high, and I'm excited about this. Of course, you guys know with Nintendo Powers, most important thing with these, other than the condition, is whether or not it includes the poster, because I believe every one of them came with a poster. I'm happy to have this in the collection, and this on the cover art, of course, you had New Super Mario Brothers U, which was for the Wii U. So this came out around the time of the release of the Wii U. So it was celebrating that, and this came out in December of 2012. And back then, these magazines were only $5.99. It's insane that I never had a subscription. I always wanted one as a kid, but my mom wasn't doing that. So needless to say, and that's the case with a lot of us adults, we're getting things that we wanted as a kid. Needless to say, I'm super excited to have this in my collection. So that's the first issue of the Holy Trilogy of Nintendo Power magazines that I want to collect. So that issue was actually released 1 month after the release of the Nintendo Wii U, and so it was kind of like a swan song and a farewell, but unfortunately not so much when it comes to in terms of sales and how the Wii U did. Although now it is hugely regarded, it has its own kind of fanboys and have a complete collection that people are going after. Is extremely popular now. If you look over there in that corner, I have a complete North American Wii U set. That was my first complete set, and at the time it was relatively easy. I got it before before all the prices skyrocketed, thank God. But that was around the time that that issue was released. So now we got 2 more to hunt down. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below, and follow on this quest as I try to find issue number 1 and issue number 100. All right, guys. So real quick, I want to just give you guys an update. You remember a couple episodes back when I took 48 hours and I completed that classic NES series on the Game Boy Advance, and I asked the question in the comments below, how do you guys display your Game Boy Advance game? I found a solution. I went on to Etsy.com and I found someone who was able to create me a custom Game Boy Advance cartridge holder that actually holds exactly 12 games, and it is fantastic. It's a perfect way for me to display my complete mini subset. You guys are taking a look here. It's super awesome the way people are coming up with different ideas to display their sets, and I just wanted to show you guys how I'm currently displaying mine, and if you needed like some kind of idea of a way to display yours, that's definitely a way that you could take advantage of that and also display it in your game room. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think about that setup with those games and the custom that was made for me for complete subset classic NES series. Let me know down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel and you missed last week's episode, click that link above. You want to catch up on the full season of the Video Game Votary, click that link down below.
Thank you for watching. Follow me on all social media platforms at VideoGameVotary.